Hey YouTube, this is Nathendo145, and today I'm going to be giving my game review on WarioWare Smooth Moves. So WarioWare Smooth Moves is one of my favorite Wii games of all time. I absolutely love the mini games in this and their style. They just have a big sense to nostalgia there, especially for being one of the first Wii games to come out. And funny enough, this is one of the Wii games that actually has the older Wii remote warning, just like Twilight Princess did. But that's all I have to say for that part. But WarioWare Smooth Moves, I do like the style of it. There's a few different Wii remote positions. There's one called the remote control, which is basically just like the main control for the system, the Wii remote. That's basically what it is. The umbrella. You know what? I'm going to get my Wii remote out and actually show you what I mean. Alright, so let me just get it out. And in case you're wondering, I'm not going to be using the red one that I did with New Super Mario Bros. Wii in that game review yesterday. I'm not going to be showing off that Wii remote. I'm going to be showing you my pure white Wii remote here, my pure vanilla remote right here, as I like to call it sometimes. I'm going to take off the Wii remote jacket. And when I say older Wii remote warning, is because this game was released at a time before the Wii remote jackets were even released. In case, for those that don't know, the Wii remote jackets were not available when the system first launched. They were released after the system launched, after Nintendo saw that people were breaking their TVs. And there's a ton of memes about this, as I'm sure you all know. So that is why these Wii remote jackets were in existence. I actually love the feel of them, that they're very squishy. I remember actually squishing these or feeling the squishiness of these when I was at my brother's friend's house many years ago. I was very unfamiliar with what the Wii was. And even I was unfamiliar with it even when I first knew of what Nintendo was, because I started on the 3DS and the Switch. But when I started being a Nintendo fan. But I love the feel of the Wii remote jackets, and I remember feeling them many years ago, and also pressing the buttons on the remotes to get the lights to appear. They're so satisfying to see the lights blinking, especially on the white Wii remote, because that's what I saw for the most part. But all right, otherwise I'm going beyond the point here. But the positions, the Wii remote positions for WarioWare Smooth Moves. Let me just put the wrist strap on here on the Wii remote. All right. So there's the remote control, and they like to they also refer to this channel surfing some part in the game. They say channel surfing, and it's funny because, I mean, one thing the Wii is known for, its separate applications on the Wii menu are called channels, which is pretty funny. So it definitely relates to the Wii menu and the Wii's main control here. There's also the umbrella, where you hold the Wii remote in the same way, except you hold it like this, with the sensor bar, or with the IR sensor like this, with it almost looking like it's like you have the face of the Wii remote towards you. And then there's the handlebar. Then handlebar, because they're referring to almost like riding a bicycle. Think of it like that, even though I don't really see that with this anyways. But it's just basically holding the Wii remote sideways like this. And the way the motions are implemented, I think, are really cool. I have zero problems with the motion controls in any of these Nintendo Wii games. But some mini games that the handlebar is used for is the popping the balloon. Yeah, you gotta pump into the balloon like this, almost like you're using a real pumper there. So you can connect the dots between how it is in real life and with the Wii remote. All right, so the umbrella, one of them I can say is the drinking one, where you have to look like you're aiming the IR sensor at your mouth, like you're drinking, or like it's a microphone kind of, but it's meant to be drinking. One that is the Wii remote, that is the Wii remote position, is the one where you have to flip over a pancake or some starfish or whatever is shaped like stars. I forget what exactly it is called if it's not starfish. But still, there's a ton of them. There's a ton of mini games, and I think they're really cool. There's also the I forget what it's called. Let me see some of the motions here. I'm gonna zoom in just a bit. There's also the, let me read that. Mortal and, what does that say? Mortal and Pestle, I think that says. The Big Cheese, where one of the Big Cheese ones was one where you've seen me unlock it in a previous WarioWare gameplay, where someone was using a hula hoop. Why did I say hula hoop? Hula hoop, using a hula hoop, so you're acting like you're spinning a hula hoop, kind of. And that was one where I actually seen in commercials, Wii commercials, before I even knew that it was from WarioWare. Because, I mean, it didn't even look like it was WarioWare, so I didn't know what it really was. Yeah, there was that. There is the thumb wrestler, the elephant, the remote control, obviously, the samurai, which is, I think, supposed to be a reference to something Japanese. Yeah, it definitely is Japanese, but maybe a reference because Nintendo is in Japan originally. And the dumbbell. That's all that's listed here, but Wario definitely has a whole new set of moves and some cool mini games. I've never played WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro games on the Game Boy Advance, so playing this game was actually, I was in for a treat when I played this game, because I think it would be much better than that anyways. There's also WarioWare Touched on the DS, where the mini games revolve around the touchscreen, the new touchscreen controls. So WarioWare Smooth Moves would relate to the motion controls for the mini games, and some new mini games that probably were not added in previous WarioWare games. So that's all I can remember exactly from... Oh, also there was one that you even see a picture of one of the mini games here. Let me see the position here. The waiter. Where you hold the Wii remote. The wrist strap is twisted there. Where you hold the Wii remote like you're serving a plate to someone as a waiter. And one of them is the pitchfork, it looks like. Not the pitchfork, what was I saying? The sweep or broom. And you gotta make sure you don't drop it from your hand. So you gotta move it in order to make sure it doesn't fall out of your hand. That's one of the classic ones. And there's also, I think there was one where it acted like a phone. I forget exactly what it's called. But you put it down, you put the Wii remote down, and then answer or pick it up when it rings. And then you get a little response from the speaker. Most of the mini games, or micro games really, make use of the speaker in some way, which I think is pretty cool. Adds a little bit more nostalgia to that game. Which, surprisingly, this was a game before I was alive. This game came out a year before I was alive, almost. But still, it's an excellent game and definitely gives off some nostalgia to the Wii time, with it being one of the first few games. So I'm glad to talk about this game, and I really enjoy it. So I think this is actually one of the underrated Wii games actually made by Nintendo. I think it actually is one of the best ones considered to the public's opinion. So I'm going to show you what do you get with the game. I'm gonna put the camera down. Alright, so hopefully you get a disc in good condition, and you also get 2 inserts, especially if you're getting... You get 2, especially if you get this copy around the time it came out. I don't know, if you get a later copy, I don't know if it comes with a Club Nintendo code, but either way. Come Comes with the instruction manual here, which the outside design I think is pretty cool. And then it comes with a register your software for Nintendo.com, I believe. Yeah, Nintendo.com, where you can register your games and products. Before Club Nintendo was around, it was just at Nintendo's website. And this also applied with DS games. For between 2004 to 2006, during the beginning of the DS's time, they offered Nintendo Power subscriptions when Nintendo was publishing their issues for Nintendo Power, not Future Publishing. It was Nintendo themselves publishing it. They gave you offers to that. They also gave you some offers to My Nintendo. And then later on, around 2006 to 2007, and then some of 2008, they gave you some offers or registrations from Nintendo's website. Even though Nintendo's website's still up, I don't think you can register these anymore because the games are old, but still. And then in 2008, especially in North America, the games came with Club Nintendo registrations. And then they also, around 2007, the Wii and DS games and some 3DS games came with an If You Like pamphlet where it offered you some other games from the Wii and DS. And for the 3DS sake, they offered 3DS games too. So that's all I have to say for this. I hope you enjoyed this game review. And I have a ton of them to do later on, not too far from now. And a majority of them are Wii games, because I do have many first-party Wii games that I really do enjoy playing. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next game review.